saying like this. What happened? All right, so look, basically, the lady came in. You can see her. She was on the computer checking their vitals and everything, and you can see her hand reached out, still hold the computer. So as she was checking it, she asked her like, "You mind if I just sit right here real quick?" And we looked at each other and we was like, "Yeah, go ahead." Like we didn't think nothing of it, cause she ain't show no signs or nothing. So when she literally sat down, Dez just started checking her phone and shit. So literally, I say like 30 seconds in, as soon as she grabbed her phone and started looking on her phone, the lady started going back in slow motion. So Dez gave me the scare look, like the dark eyes. So that's what I'm like.
I told him like, go get help, go get help. She passing out.
Oh yeah, you did say that shit because you like shit. You know what fainting shit is because you fainted so many times and you know what that is. So shit, I got her quick as hell. Ran to the door, start telling the nurses that was sitting at the desk like it's a nurse in here that's passed out. They rushed in her quick as hell. So when they came in, they just started just staring at her, laying on the bed with her eyes open. So they start helping her, putting her on the bed, laid her on the bed where my girl was, and start giving her shit, trying to see what was going on.
They
So
had got a stretcher and everything. It was like 15, maybe 15 days.
all right, my bad, y'all, my bad. It was just funny how the way that shit happened so fast, but it wasn't funny. You know what I mean. But go ahead, man.
But yeah, so it was like 15, 20 people in there, like nurses and doctors. They all had rushed in there. And they had just put her on a stretcher, was running her signs. She was unresponsive the whole time. So they just wheeled her on out. She got admitted. We was there for like 3 days, and she was there the whole time.
Oh yeah, and for the ones that keep saying you was on your phone and didn't really care,
No, it wasn't even that. She had asked to sit down real quick, and I was in labor, so of course people was texting me like, asking was I okay, making sure I was okay. So I just checked real quick, and by the time I realized that she was
zoning out.
rock bottom.
But you can live pretty well by yourself.
So what y'all just witnessed was a nurse having some sort of medical episode. Now, I don't know exactly what happened, but we do, from what we gathered from the previous videos that you just watched, she was, I guess, performing, getting vital signs on the young woman who was in labor and delivery. She asked the young woman to sit down, and she proceeded to pass out. They say she was unresponsive, and there was a lot of other things going on with her. And then later on, 15 nurses and doctors rushed in and put her on a stretcher, and I believe she was in the hospital for 3 days due to some serious situation that was going on with her. Like, I don't know exactly what was going on, but clearly it was serious. Now, the couple that you just saw they've been getting a lot of backlash because they recorded it, they added background music, and they uploaded it online for people to see. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was kind of corny. And I don't know. And the only reason I'm showing it is to bring you the context of what I'm talking about. As you can see, I didn't even add the sound effects or anything like that in there, but I wanted to show y'all how important it is as nurses that you take care of yourself, and you have to put yourself first as far as your health, your money, your finances, your spirituality. You have to put yourself first because a lot of other people won't. And clearly we see what happened. I mean, I don't know, anything could have happened to that lady, but I'm just speaking in general terms. If you don't take care of yourself, anything could happen. Anything could happen. And that even goes for me, man. Like I said, this health journey has been one of the most challenging things that I've ever dealt with. and it just is what it is, and that's just me being transparent as an individual. It's very difficult, and again, I don't know what her situation was, but health is wealth. If we don't take care of ourselves, if we don't put ourselves first, 9 times out of 10, nobody else will. And to those people that like recording medical personnel for the sake of clout and views and likes and all that kind of stuff, I think that's kind of corny too. Like, I understand some of y'all don't like nurses and medical staff for whatever reason, but just recording for the sake of recording, that's to me, it's classless. It's corny. Now, if you in a situation to where you're being abused and you feel like you're being done wrong, then I understand that part. But just to do it, like, they had no reason to record that nurse. It doesn't seem like she was being rude or anything like that. So she was just going through some sort of medical episode, and clearly she needed help. I believe she's okay. Hopefully she's doing better. Our thoughts and prayers go out to her and her family. I hate seeing any nurse get hurt or having such unfortunate situations like that happen to them. But if y'all don't put yourself first, man, if we don't start taking care of ourselves and doing better, it's only gonna get worse. Being a nurse has really taught me a few things. Probably one of those most important things is that when it comes down to this field, and just from a worker standpoint, most people do not have your back. And that goes from staff to management to patients, just in general. Most people, I didn't say all, because you got some people that are thorough, but most people do not have your back. One thing I also learned is that the more money you make, the more problems you seem to inherit. Now, the money part has nothing to do with what happened earlier in the video, but that's just two of the biggest things that I've noticed. And like I said in a previous video, I talked to a nursing colleague of mine who recently got his doctorate, and he was just telling me about the hate that he's received by people who he thought was cool. And I was just looking at the situation like, why wouldn't I be happy for somebody who has achieved something that great? I just don't understand the hate in this field, because it's not like it's no other room for anybody to come up. Anybody can come up. We are in a shortage right now. So I really truly have a hard time understanding the hate that comes along with this field. But I don't know, maybe it's just something I'll never understand. It is what it is. But my name is CJ, aka the High Value Nurse, checking in once again, back with another video. And if you don't do nothing else, get paid. Young nurse, get paid. Peace. I made $110,000 my very first year as a licensed practical nurse with less than 1 year of education. My name is CJ Kyles, aka the High Value Nurse, and in my brand new ebook, The Ultimate LPN Mindset, I give nurses, seniors, and healthcare workers alike the tips and the tricks that I use to shape my mind into what I needed it to be to get the money all up in these nursing homes and in these medical facilities so they can get the paper they deserve. And you can go get it at thehighvaluenurse.com.